Bankcardtoolbox.com. Everything you need to succeed.
Welcome to today's success lesson. We have a lot of information to cover in this lesson. We're going to be discussing pointers on how to develop your sales strategy. So on the agenda today, we're going to be talking about developing that strategy, target marketing, the sales process, prospecting, and then I'm going to take a quick look with you at your action guide. Now there's a lot of information here in the download section of your back office portal on prospecting and different script examples and the action guide. So make sure you check those documents. They're great resources for you to help develop some of these strategies. Let's talk about your sales strategy. People within this business have a variety of sales strategies. You can adopt many different models out there in the marketplace. The best strategy is really to model one that's already working. You don't want to reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. So try to keep your sales strategy fairly simple. And here's an example of some questions or some things that you might want to do when you're developing a general strategy. First, you want to identify a market. What market are you going after? This market could be a vertical industry where you have a specific solution. For instance, if you want to market wireless terminals, you might want to go after plumbers. That would be an example of the market you're going after. Analyze that market and look at how they're doing business today, what are their needs, their wants, and their problems, and then you need to make sure that you can satisfy their needs and their wants and their problems. And then once you've determined that that's a good market for you and that's a good strategy for you, you want to market. You want to be able to generate enough leads and prospects that you can get in front of enough people each and every week to close the amount of business that you need to close. Let's take a look at target marketing. And you want to ask yourself a couple questions here, such as who, where, and what. When I speak of target marketing, we are refining our marketing strategy a little bit, and we are targeting in on a specific segment or vertical industry. Target marketing is described as focusing on the best prospects for your product. And we'll use that example again. We might have a wireless application that we want to lead with to merchants in a specific segment that we know still does a lot of card not present transactions. For instance, HVAC, plumbers, people that are doing sidewalk sales, etc. You might want to focus in a specific application for a target market like restaurants or CPAs, etc. So you pick or decide what's a good fit for you. Oftentimes a good fit is an industry that you've got a background in or some experience in. If you ran an automotive shop, repair shop for 10 years, that might be a good industry that you could probably speak to. You know what their daily challenges are. You know what they need to do in order to be successful. You know how their business runs. You know what software they use. You know what areas within their business could be enhanced or improved. So think about your background and your past experience and those areas of your life where you might be able to bring some of that experience to bear when determining who to go after. So let's think about who first. Who is your ideal prospect? Who do you want to go after? Who buys your products? Are they a good prospect and do they buy? Who has a problem that some of your products or value-added products might solve? Where? Where do you find these prospects? So where can you locate them? Is it down at the county clerk's office? Is it at the Secretary of State's office? Is it at the licensing bureau? Can you buy these leads from somebody? Where can you get them? Demographically, are there some areas within your local market or in the United States if you're marketing nationally that have higher growth than other areas where you can locate your ideal prospects? What does your prospect want? What types of problems and challenges are they trying to solve? What are they going up against on a daily basis where you can make it easier, faster, simpler? You know, most people are tuned in to one radio station, WIIFM. what's in it for me? When you're speaking to your merchant, you've got to frame and think about what is in it for them. How are you going to benefit them and make it worthwhile to make the switch to you? So let's talk about why, how, and when. Why should that merchant buy from you? What distinguishes you from your competition? Why are you unique from every other person that's going to walk in their door? Why do they need your products and services? What benefit are you going to deliver to them? And then you need to think about how. How are you going to penetrate this market? How do you become the local expert or specialist within their market? Do you need any specific marketing materials, website, marketing pieces to help you reach the market? And how are you going to approach the market? Are you going to sell face-to-face? Are you going to sell over the phone? Are you going to sell and generate leads over the internet? How are you going to approach the market? And we'll talk about many of these examples throughout the training here. And then when do you begin? And always now is a wonderful, wonderful time. Remember, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction any day of the week. Is there a specific time during the day to approach these merchants? If you're going after restaurants, you probably don't want to call them from about 11 o'clock till 1 or 1:30 because it's the lunch hour. You don't want to call them after 5 o'clock. It's the dinner hour. If they serve breakfast, you don't want to call them early in the morning. Are these merchants seasonal? Is there a better time during the year to get in touch with these merchants? Well, if you're trying to call an HVAC, AC, and repair guy in the middle of a hot Texas summer, he's probably not going to call you back because he's very, very busy. But if you call him in the wintertime, you might get a hold of him much, much easier. Think about when is the best time to approach these merchants. That gives you a good feel for developing a target marketing strategy for you. Let's look at the whole overall sales process throughout the entire bank card industry, and we are going to be covering each one of these pieces within the process in detail. So the first thing that has to happen is that we have to prospect for that merchant. That's where this sales strategy and your target marketing strategy and prospecting comes into play. You've got to be able to generate enough prospective merchants that you can approach in order to close enough business to meet your income goal. Prospecting is key, and it's probably the most important piece of the puzzle, and we're going to discuss the top 5 prospecting strategies here in just a moment. Next thing you need to do is establish rapport with your merchant. You then need to walk them through a question phase where you're analyzing their needs and determining what their buying values are. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through all of this. I'm going to show you exactly what to say to them. Then you present a solution based upon the needs that you've uncovered during your interview process. And then as a natural occurrence of the sale, you gain commitment. You close the deal and you get them on paper. And then after they're on paper, you run them through the approval process and you service them and follow up. So once again, we're going to be talking about each one of these within the sales process in detail.
TheBankcardToolbox.com. Everything you need to succeed.